What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today I have 4 teams for you guys that are going to be taking on the brand new arena Shinobu, and this is going to be out for like the next month or so, so make sure to get this character done. This particular character is very interesting, so we'll talk about the unit at first before we actually get into the content with the 4 teams that I have for you guys in this video today. So going over to the character box, Shinobu is a strength free spirit shooter character with a captain effect that gives your strength units a 3x boost, 1.2 health, and then recovering tandem slots are counted as beneficial to those strength units as well. It's not a very usable captain effect, but it is what it is. And the special ability, which you do need 15 skill ups, so it should max out at a 15 turn cooldown, but then when you limit break the unit, you'll be able to get additional cooldown via that way. But the special ability removes all beneficial effects, which can be useful in certain pieces of content, but then it reduces your bind and paralysis by 3 turns, and also it says that it will deal 200 times her attack in strength damage to all enemies for 3 turns. That's really nice, having like a Colosseum Kid style effect, and it also will boost your crew's attack by 1.75 times. However, if your crew's HP is above 41% when you use the special ability, it's going to cut your health by 40% and then also reduce this character's own cooldown by 7 turns, so you're able to charge this character's special ability again to use it a little bit later on throughout that content, which is a kind of an interesting effect for this unit. And this unit is supposed to be used with the new Legend Kid that's going to be arriving relatively soon on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. This unit just seems okay. I don't know how usable it's going to be in a lot of content, but you know, it's got end of turn damage, utility, and attack boost, so overall it's a unit you probably want to get maxed out. But again, as I said, not really too sure how much content I'm really going to be using with this unit. But that's the breakdown of the brand new arena Shinobu. But on that, let's go ahead now and jump into the content versus it with 4 different teams for this video today. So getting into this, the first team I have for you guys is with Gecko Moria. Now, for this particular team, in order to get through it, we do have to ensure that we don't get too many block orbs on stages 1 and 2. This brand new debuff that's applied here is really annoying. It basically gives you end of turn damage every single turn, and it means that like you have a high chance of landing on a block orb naturally, which is really annoying. But you'll see there on the Rizo stage, you get given like a lot of turns of slot bind. So because of Moria's captain effect, we're actually able to stall for a pretty decent amount of time, and you see that when we enter this stage, a predominant amount of that slot bind is removed. For this particular stage, we're using Ambush Linlin to get rid of that bind, plus it will give us an attack boost on the final boss stage as well. And because we don't have too many block orbs once you know, the slot bind is gone, we can use Moria's special to generate some matching slots for our crew, which is really good. And the Katarina Devon is very good for removing the % damage reduction and the increased defense on the Kinemon. And the reason why we have Garp on this team is mainly just because of the support that he can have, that Psy Rare Recruit Kobe. It is so good for this content because it not only helps you get rid of some of the attack down on the final boss stage, but it also gets rid of the blindness you're inflicted on the boss stage as well. You do see that you're inflicted with fear, so your crewmates will not have their crewmate effects active. So if you have a crewmate effect that gets rid of blindness, it's not actually going to activate on this final boss stage. So that's obviously a huge issue, but we're going to be using the support of Kobe to get rid of the blindness. And then we've also got the Stampede Buggy, which can help us get rid of the special bind, the attack down, and the paralysis, and also change all the block orbs that we get given as well. Just a phenomenal unit for Gecko Moria to be using here. And of course, with Gecko Moria's super type, we can help us get around the special reverse as well. So all of these units work very well together. Plus we have the attack boost from the Ambush Linlin from the previous stage, and we have color affinity also from the previous stage with Gecko Moria. So a pretty impressive team that got the job done, but let's go ahead and move on to the second team. The second team for this video is with my man Mr. Slam Jam, super type Katakuri, and of course if you're up against Psy-based content, Katakuri is going to be a pretty good option for that, with his amazing super type that can delay the enemy, plus giving you an attack boost and a conditional boost. It's really good. But of course on this stage here we are ensuring that we're stalling because we don't really want to be entering the next stage with slot bind. So luckily with the switch effect of Luffy and Boa, we actually get a little bit of health recovery back from them, so that's a really great addition to the team. And we've also got the Halloween Ace as the friend captain because his captain effect's really good, right? Removing special reverse and special bind by 10 turns anytime we're inflicted with it is just so valuable. So we're using his special ability to remove the bind on this stage, plus it gives us a 2.5 times attack boost to our fighters and our shooter characters. And Jinbei can help remove the defensive effects off of the enemy, plus if we had any non-matching slots, we could change those into matching with Jinbei as well, so that's a nice fail-safe there. And with a lot of matching slots, you'll have no problems with that. And on the final stage, we have some very key supports that are able to get around a lot of these debuffs here. We once again have Kobe on Garb to get around the blindness and some of the attack down. We also have the Luffy Boa with the support of the Strength Rare Recruit Sanji to help get rid of some of that paralysis. We're using this Conus here, which can help us get rid of 2 turns of attack down and 2 turns of paralysis, which is the leftovers of what we need to get rid of here, so that's great. And then the Katakuri with his special ability, we also have the Halloween Law support on him because he does a damage dealing special. It enables us to get an orb boost for our int characters as well. So we've got orb boost, attack boost, conditional boost, chain lock, color affinity. This is a ridiculous amount of damage. Definitely the hardest hitting team that you guys will see in this video today. Very, very impressive. The next one here is a versus ace team. This is probably the team I'm going to be using to farm the content with. It's very easy because we are using a friend captain Bonnie, and Bonnie is really useful for this fight because you can use the super type and the special ability to get around a lot of these nasty debuffs that you'll be inflicted with on this stage. Bonnie helps get rid of the slot bind, so we're not really worrying too much about this stage at all. I could have probably just killed in this one turn. I was just like stalling one turn just to be extra safe, but realistically you didn't need to stall an extra turn there as I just did. But you're able to use the Bonnie special on the next stage to help you get rid of all that slot bind. Plus, Bonnie's super type will help remove fear on our crewmates. So if you have a crewmate that gets rid of blindness or gets rid of special bind, for example, you will be able to activate it due to the super type of Bonnie removing that fear resistance, which is great. Rare Recruit Iron is another really solid option here because with double special activation, you can get rid of like all that bind and both defensive effects off of Kinemon on this stage. So Iron is one of the best utility units you can be bringing for this stage 4 against Kinemon, and of course the special and the super type of Bonnie help us do a lot of damage output here. On the final boss stage, we're guaranteed to get a full board of slots no matter what we do. However, we do have the support of Vivi attaching to Ace. Unfortunately, on the last stage, if he gets a block orb, that's not going to change anything, unfortunately. But if he doesn't get a block orb, the support will change Ace's orb into a strength slot, which means when you use Ace's special ability, it's actually going to apply the chain boundary effect. Now, you don't need the chain boundary effect in order to beat the content, but of course it's nice to get it because it enhances your damage output by a very significant margin, especially when we have V2 Shanks on the team as well to generate an attack boost, and it also gives us a combo boost as well. You could do something else like Legend Pudding, for example, to change like block orbs that you get into matching, so that could enable you to get the chain boundary effect guaranteed. You can do that if you want. It is what it is. I really liked using Shanks. He's a really awesome unit. Haven't used Shanks in a really, really long time. And of course, the color affinity of the Kizuna Luffy Boa. That unit is so freaking good, by the way. This team is crazy in terms of the damage output that it's able to achieve. And the final team I have for you guys in this video today is using the Shanks dual unit. This unit is crazy for this, man. Having that captain effect that can get the 10 turns of resistance against special bind is so good. And once again, with the combination of Bonnie as the friend captain, having Pudding as the sub is really good because not only does it help you store the attack boost from Bonnie on stage 4 after removing all of those, like all the slot bind on your team, but it enables you on the last stage to get around special reverse, and it changes all the nasty slots into matching, and it then gives you the attack boost once again. Iron's really good for the utility on stage 4. Bonnie and her super type get rid of a lot of the stuff on stage 4 as well. And then you've got Hawkins and X Drake, which can give you color affinity and an orb boost. Just obviously the new batch characters are going to be relatively useful for this fight, but you don't need these units specifically. Hawkins is is just on the team because he's an orb booster and he gets rid of attack down. And then the X-Drake is really good because he gets rid of paralysis and he gets rid of blindness. And obviously with Shanks' crew, you can get his chain lock to last for multiple different turns, so we can use him before Bonnie, so that Bonnie's chain lock does not give us the chain lock that she gives, because Bonnie's chain lock is only for 1 turn, whereas Shanks' crew is for 3 turns, which we want to take over multiple content pieces there. But overall, really exceptional team. Either the Ace team or the Shanks team are definitely the 2 best teams in my opinion. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.